Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about Git and GitHub and how to use branches in Git and how to commit in Git and how to do merging and all that kind of stuff. So if you've never used Git before and you want a little idea of what kind of problems it solved, this is the video for you. You don't have to know anything about branches or about merging or about committing or about how to, so hopefully this video will give you a little overview of kind of like what Git is and what problem it's solving. So let's create a new project. Let's call this Daniel First App. And I'm going to fill everything out. This is not very important. I'm just going to give a demo of what you can do with Git. So Daniel First App, everything's fine. I'm going to do Kotlin. That's good. Next, maybe a basic activity. Next, finish. And this will open up Android Studio. And in just a second here, it will pop up. And then we'll find out. This is when we'll start using Git, and kind of we'll discover what problems it solves. And what you can do with it. So I'm just going to close that and give it a couple of seconds. I have a fairly fast machine. I have a MacBook Pro, the one with the touch bar. I bought it about a year ago, and I absolutely love it. Oh, if you're on Windows, you can follow along. Just Windows, but we'll get to that in just a second. So anyway, so here's our project. And let's say your boss comes to you and he wants to make a change, or he or her wants to make a change to this app. Say you want to make the background color red. So I'm going to go ahead and go to text view, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do background number F. So that's good. Now we're going to go back. So I'm going to go to design view, and now here we go. Now it's red. It's exactly how your boss wants it. So now your boss comes back and says, "Hey, we want to change the icon there. We want to change the colors in the top." So cool. Let's do that. I'm going to open up colors, and here we are. And let's change this to black. And let's change that to just a crazy color. And let's change this to just crazy stuff here. So I'm going to save that. Go back here. Now that's black, and now that's blue, and this is red, and that's cool and everything. But then your boss comes back to you and says, "Hey, actually, we don't want this red. We want it to be white, how it was before." So you might go back into text view, and you might do Command Z, and you get rid of that, and now you save it, and you go back, and now it's white, and now everything's cool. So now it's back to how it was before. And how about the colors? Let's say, "Hey, actually, we don't want those colors to change. We want to go back to how they were before." So let's go ahead and go back inside of colors, and we can do Command Z, and we can just undo all these changes. So now say it's supposed to be a recycler view. So you click on that and you make it a recycler view. Let's do recycler, and let's change that to 0dp. Let's go back to here. Now it's a recycler view. So this is you kind of maybe see the problem we have. What if we want to easily go back to a different state? Say, hey, instead of a recycler view, we want to change this to just a text view. So in this case, it might be very easy to do Command or Control Z to get rid of the red background color. So if it was background number, say it's supposed to be that color. So now it's this lime green color. Say you work on an issue for 2 or 3 hours. Is it really necessary to go back and just do hundreds of Command Z's and just try to go back to it? That's kind of difficult. So this is where Git comes into play. So Git is a way for you to go back in time and have multiple branches, what are called branches. So you could have a team of 5 people working on the same app at the same time. And so you all start work in the morning, and by 5 p.m. in the evening, everything's done, and you want to get all of these 5 people's code and merge them into one branch. You can do that. I'm going to get some water here. Okay, so let's go to the better way. So the better way is to use Git. So Git is for Windows, Mac, and Linux or Unix. So I just Googled Git there, and I can assume you have this installed on your computer. If you don't, go ahead and you might not have it. So go ahead and just install it from this website right here. Again, you can just Google Git. That's how it's spelled, not with an E. It's a G-I-T. Download it, and for for this video, I'm going to be using, first to point out, so Git is a terminal, it's a terminal command line, whatever it's called. So there's not really a user interface for it. It's all through terminal. So in this video, I'm going to be using iTerm2 for Mac, but you can use any terminal. You can open up terminal. The default one on Mac will work just fine, and this is messed up a little bit because I don't usually use it, but terminal is already installed on your computer. You can do git, well, I'm not going to do that, git status, all your commands you can type out there. But for this video, I'm going to be using iTerm2. But again, if you're on a Mac or if you're on Windows, so if you're on Mac, you can use the terminal that's already installed on your computer, or for Mac or for Windows, you can download the Git Bash here. I think when you download Windows, it automatically installs it for you. Not exactly sure because I haven't used Windows in a couple of years. But yeah, go ahead and do that. And then I'll also talk a little bit about GitHub and how we can push our code up to GitHub. So let's get started. So I'm going to assume, go ahead and download this and get started. And I'm going to open up Terminal, and well, let's open up Android Studio. And let's just go ahead and make this back to how it was before. So I'm just going to do, I'm going to go this, and I'm going to do Command Z a couple of times. And I'm going to get this back to how it was originally. Then I'll show you how Git can make this much better. So here we are. This is how it was originally. Okay, cool. So go ahead and open up Terminal if you're on Mac, or Windows, or Git Bash if you're on Windows. PWD. So as soon as you open it up, it'll present working directory will show you what directory you're in. So I do that. And see, I'm in users, and then Daniel Malone, which is my username. So I'm going to do this, CD, which stands for change directory, /Android, and I'm going to hit tab, and that'll automatically fill it out. And then our other name is, so you can see it up here, it's Android Studio Project / Daniel First App. So we'll do Daniel First App, hit tab, and there we go. Okay, cool. And it's also important to note out, if you want to use the terminal inside of Android Studio, all you need to do is go to the bottom here and click on Terminal, and you can type all your commands there. Now this is messed up a little bit because I did stuff to my terminal, but you can do git status. All the commands that I'm going to show you how to type out, they can all be typed out in this terminal right here. So if I say do git commit, you can type that there, or git status, or git branch, whatever I'm doing in terminal, you can type it right down here. Okay, cool. So let's go back to terminal. And so now we're here. So if I do PWD for present working directory, I can see, yes, I'm in users, I'm in Daniel Malone, and I'm inside of Android Studio Projects, and I'm in Daniel's First App. Okay, cool. Now let's do this. With Git you always use Git as the first keyword, so git status. And you can say, hey, it's not a repository. So the first thing, whenever you create a new project, and every time I create a new project within like 60 seconds, I open up terminal and I do git init. So instead of doing it here, I'm going to do it inside of terminal again. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. So let's do this. Let's do present working directory. Okay, we're in there now. Okay, cool. So now that we're CD'd into our project directory, so we're inside of Daniel First App, we're going to do git init. And here it says, yeah, we just opened up a Git repository. Okay, cool. Now let's do this. Let's do git status. And you can see here all our files that haven't been changed yet. So these files are saved inside of Android Studio, but to actually save them in Git, we do this, git add dot. And that will add all the files here into Git. So now we can do git status. And we can see here all of our files. So we have build.gradle, we've got the Android manifest, we have our main activity.kotlin, we have our layouts, we have our XML files. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. So we also have all of our images, our ping files, we have our colors, our dimensions, our strings, all of this stuff's in Git. So let's save it. Let's do git add. No, we already did that. So git status. Okay, git commit -m, and we'll call this let's call this let's see. Okay, so cool. So this command right here, when git commit -m, which is the message, and we'll type it initial commit. So I'm going to hit enter, and there we go. And now let's do this again. Let's do git status. And you can see, hey, we're on branch master, nothing to change, there's no changes. So we just saved a little snapshot of all of our code. So now let's go back to here, and let's say your boss comes to you and says, hey, let's make the background color red. So I'm going to go into text view and I'm going to do this. Background number. So there we are. And let's go here, and now you can see, hey, it's red now. So check this out, it's red. So I'm going to go back to terminal, and again, I just want to point out, you can go to terminal right down here and do the same thing, git status. You can do that right there. I'm just going to do it inside of git, inside of x iterm 3. Let's do this, do git status. And now it says, hey, a file was modified. What was modified? Our content main was modified. And sure enough, if I go back to here, you can see, I'm going to hit this button right there. And here, our content main, and we can also see it's right there, our content main.xml file was changed. So I'm going to go back to terminal, and we can see the difference. So just do git diff. That'll show you the difference. So it can says, hey, see that little plus icon right there? It says, hey, this line was added. So it's smart enough to know that not just the entire file was changed, but just a little bit of it. So instead of saving, well, how to describe it? Basically, it'll know that, yeah, you just changed that one line there. And let's change it to a different color. So I'm going to go down here, I'm going to change it to, let's do a lime green color. So I'm going to go back to terminal. Let's do git status, and let's do git diff, and we can see, hey, so now it's changed from 1EFF00 from, if I scroll up, it used to be FF0000. So very cool. So we have this. So how do we actually save this change? So say your boss comes to you and he really likes this color here for whatever reason. He wants this color to be, he wants to save it. So let's go ahead and do something. Let's go back to Git, and let's do this. Git status. Git status will always tell you what files are modified. So if I were to add something to my build.gradle file, so say we just add, so say we add this. I want to add a library to our Gradle file, so I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to Android Studio. I'm going to go to my Gradle file, and hey, we're going to load some images. So let's do that, and let's go ahead and sync now. So that'll sync all of our files up, and that'll give it a second. And you probably do this all the time, adding stuff and adding libraries to your build.gradle file. So let's go back to terminal. Let's do this. Git status. Now it says, hey, 2 files were changed. So first we changed build.gradle, and we also modified the content main. So let's do this again, git diff. And we can see, hey, it'll show us the change. So we added a space there, then we added a Picasso library, and then we also added the background color to our content main. So it's showing us changes for both files. So git status. So see both of these files. If we want to see the changes for just one file, we can copy that and go git diff, paste that in, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so it's on one line. So just do git diff, and then the full path to the file, enter, and it'll show you the changes just for that file. Very cool. Okay, so let's save this. Let's do git add dot. That'll save everything. Now, so yeah, when I do a git dot, it'll save both of those files. Or it'll add them to be saved in the next session. So let's do git commit, let's do git status, and it says, hey, both of these are modified, changes to be committed, we're all ready to go. Git commit -m, and we'll call this make background color lime. So we'll do that. Or make, what color was it again? Let's see. Yeah, we'll just call it green. So very cool. Now, if we do git status, we can see, hey, we're on master branch, nothing to commit, working tree is clean. Very cool. Okay, now let's get into branches, and this can be a little bit confusing, so if you want me to make another video on this in more detail, let me know. Just leave a comment below, or if you get stuck, just leave a comment in the bottom of the YouTube video and I'll try to get to them. I try to get to all of the comments, but let's do this. So let's do git branch. Now think of branches as kind of like a different history. So you can have, like at work, for example, I have about, I don't know, 10 or 15 or 20 different branches, each for a certain project. So let's do this. Just to get you a little taste of what branches can do, let's do this. Git, so we're on, you can always type git branch. So git branch, and you can see we're on master. Let's create a new branch. Let's do git checkout dash b dash b, and we'll dash b, and we'll call this let's call this work on main activity. Okay, cool. So now let's do this. Let's do git branch, and you can see we have two branches. We have our master branch, but we also have our work on main activity branch. And that's probably a bad name, but for now this works. So we have two different branches. We go into Android Studio and nothing has changed. This is all, it's still that green color. So let's go ahead and make a change. Your boss comes to you and he says, hey, let's make it red. Okay, cool. So let's go here and let's change this to, we'll change it to red. Now let's change it to black. Why not? Just do something crazy there. Okay, so it's black. So if we go back to design view, we see, hey, it's black. Obviously not exactly what we want, but hey, it's black. So let's go back into terminal, and I'm going to open up terminal. And again, you can do it down here. Just type in your commands down there. I'm going to open up terminal and do this. Git status. And we can see, hey, so we're on the branch worked on main activity, and we've modified a file. We modified content main. Let's do git diff, and we can see, I'm going to do Control L to kind of clear the screen. Now git diff, and we can see, hey, yeah, sure enough, we got rid of that, and we added a new line. That color right there is black, so cool. We like this color, let's save it. Okay, git add dot git status, and now it says, hey, it's modified, it's ready. It says changes are to be ready to be committed. Let's do git commit dash m make background color black. Very cool. Git status, and we can see, hey, we're on branch work on main activity, nothing to be committed, and here we are. So very cool. So it's still black, but the cool thing is, say your boss comes back to you and he says, hey, I'm curious, what did it look like when it was green? Like, do we really, maybe I might want it green color. Can we quickly switch back and see what it looked like in green? So git status, that tells us there's nothing. We're on branch main we're on work on main activity, and if I type in git branch, we can see we have two branches, and we're on work on main activity. So let's do this. Let's do git, so to switch branches. So to switch from this branch to the master branch, we do git checkout. No, we do git checkout, and we'll call this, and this one master. So if you want to switch to a specific branch, you just type git checkout, then the name of the branch. So the name of the branch is master. So I'm going to hit enter. Okay, now we're on master branch. So if I do git status, you can see we're on branch master, and if I do git branch, just to give us a little better view, we can see, hey, we're on master. Okay, very cool. So I go back to Android Studio and look at this. It all updated for us. So I didn't go inside the code and change anything. Here, let's do this. I'll make this a little bit smaller here. Actually, I'll do it inside of here. So inside of the terminal, and by the way, this is messed up a little bit there because I haven't figured that out, and I was doing some crazy stuff with my terminal. But git status, git branch. We're on master branch. So let's do this. Let's do git checkout work on. And you can see there now it's black again. So that's messed up. Okay. So basically, it's an easy way to switch between branches. So let's do something. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I haven't talked about git log. So let's do that. I just hit Control L on Mac. I'm going to do git log. And this will show us all of our commits. So every time we do git commit -m and then put a message there, that's saying, hey, save a little snapshot. So this is our first snapshot right there with initial commit. Then we did make background color green. Then we did make background color black. So this is kind of a log on everything we've done. Every time we do git commit, that saves a new little snapshot. And you can see our kind of our hash there, which is kind of what it is. So we're on Git branch, we're on the master, we're on work on main activity branch. Let's do Git checkout master, and let's do Git log, and we can see how we, let's do this. Let's do Git log, and you can see, hey, we just have 2 commits here. We have make background color green, but if we do Git branch, you can see, hey, we're on the master branch. So let's switch to this branch. Okay, Git checkout. And by the way, if you're creating a new branch, do -b. Otherwise, just do the name of it. So it's already created here. So work on main activity is created. All we have to do is just do Git checkout, then the name of the branch, and there we go. It says switch to branch on main activity. Now, if we go back to here, I already changed that, but let's do Git log, and you can see we have the first commit, the second commit, but we also have a third commit. So say we like this color black. Your boss really likes it. So let's make a small change. Let's do this. Let's make the text color. Let's make it that color. That'll be white. So now we can actually see it. And we'll do a text size. We'll do it 50 SP. Just something crazy. Now we got big hello world. This is very cool. Okay. Git status. And we can see, let's do this. Let's do Git branch. So we can see we're on that branch. And if we do Git status, we can see, hey, one file was modified. Let's do Git Diff. And we can see, hey, yeah, sure enough, we changed the text color and the text size. So we added both of those in. So we have the little plus icon there. And so that's very cool. So Git status, Git add. That'll add all of our files, and in this case it's just one file because all we modified was content main. Then we'll do Git status, and we can see, hey, we're on that branch where changes to be committed. This was modified. Sure enough, let's do this. Git commit-m. So there we go. So now if I do Git log, we can see our latest commit here was make text color white and big. So if we do Git status, you can see we're on this branch, and there's nothing, there are no changes to be made. Like everything is already saved. So very cool. We have our text there. So now we've been working on this work on main activity. Let's go ahead and say we're done with this. So we have the background color how we want it. The text is nice and big. That's exactly how we want it. So this is very cool. Let's make all of our changes that we made on this branch right there, and let's put it on the master branch. And in reality, you might have lots of branches. You might have 3 or 4 or 5 different branches. So let's go ahead. Let's make all of our changes on this right here, and let's merge it into master. Okay, first thing we need to do is we need to be on the branch that we want to merge into. So in this case, we need to check out master. So Git checkout master. Okay, now if I do Git branch, you can see now we're on the master branch. And if I do Git log, you can see, hey, we just have 2 commits. We have our first one there and our second one there. So if I go back to here, we can see, hey, this just changed really. I didn't do anything inside of Android Studio to change this. I just opened up Android Studio, and here's our green color. Okay, very cool. So now let's do this. Git branch, and we can see we're on master, and let's take our changes from work on main activity. Let's do this. Git merge that. Okay, so what exactly is this going to do? This is going to take all of our changes from work on main activity and put them on. I'm going to hit, so it just Git merge, and then the name of the branch. So I'm going to hit enter, and there we go. So now if I go back to Android Studio, we can see, hey, it's black and it's exactly how we want it. Let's do this. Git log, and you can see, hey, we have our first commit, our second commit. We made the background color. Oops, messed up. Okay, here we go. So we make background color black, and then we make text color big and white. So that's kind of branching in a nutshell and merging in a nutshell. So trying to think of what else I can explain. If you have questions or you want another video, leave a comment in the YouTube video and I'll try to make another one. But just to kind of recap, so anytime you're in, so first cd into the directory, so present working directory. First thing you're inside of there, do git init. And then after that, you can do git status, and git status will always tell you the changes that you're about to make. So we can do git branch, and we're on the master branch. So let's create a new branch. Git checkout -b. We'll call this make text, or we'll call this change text title, text view. You'll do that. So we're on the master branch and we're going to create a new branch. So we do it with git checkout and then the b flag and then the name of the branch. So we're going to call this change text view. So now if I do git branch, you can see, hey, we have the master branch, we have the work on main activity, but we also have change text view. Okay, so let's go back to Android Studio, and what were we gonna do? Let's change text view. So instead of changing this to hello world, I'm gonna name this, and we'll do this. We'll just call it that for now. So if I go back to it, you can see, oh, it's kind of big. Let's make the text a little bit smaller. Let's make it 40 SP. Okay, cool. So now, here's our new layout. I'm going to go back to terminal and so you can see git branch, oops, and you can see we're on change text view. And let's do git status, and you can see, hey, we modified a file. So I'm going to do git diff, and let's git diff, and you can see, hey, we changed stuff. We changed it from hello world to danielmalone.com. But we also changed the text size. So we changed it from 50 SP to 40 SP. Okay, very cool. So git status, and you can see, hey, we're ready. So to actually add these files into Git, let's do this. Git add. Now if I do git status, you can see, hey, we have modified that. So cool, git commit -m, make text say, danielmalone.com. There we go. Very cool. Git status, and you can see we're on the change text view branch, and there's nothing to commit because there are no outstanding changes. So git branch. So git branch, and here's our three branches: our change text view, our master, and our work on main activity. So now what we want to do is we want to take our changes that we made on change text view, and we want to merge them into master, just like we did a couple of minutes ago. Let's do this. Git status, nothing to be changed, just always check just to make sure. Then git checkout master. And now if I do git branch, you can see, hey, we're on master now. Very cool. Now let's do this. So if I go back to Android Studio, we can see, hey, we have hello world. That's because we switched the branches. So if I do git log, we can see we don't have the log where we changed it to Daniel Malone. But let's do this. Git branch, we're on master. Let's do this. Git merge, and then we're going to merge the change we just made. So this one right there. So change text view. I'm going to hit enter, and boom. So let's go back to here, and now you can see, hey, now it says Daniel Malone. And if I do git branch, we're on master. If I do git log, here's our full log, and you can kind of scroll through that, or press the down arrow key to do that, and you can press Q key on your keyboard to get out of that if it's long enough. So here's our text. So we say make text Daniel Malone. So hopefully you've found out why Git is helpful. If you ever want to go back or you want to work on multiple things at the same time, you can do that. So first we did our initial commit, make background color green, we made it black, we changed the text color, and then we did this. So at any point, if you want to go back and you want to say, hey, I want to see what my code looked like when I made it green, you can do that. So hopefully you learned something. I kind of recapped what went on. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Or if you have an idea for other videos, just let me know. Git status, nothing there. Oh, there's another cool little command, git log. So So if I do that, that's like a small little view. So you can see easily what's going on. So initial commit, make background green. It's like a smaller view for it. And you can see, oh, so this is kind of cool. You can see our work on main activity. That's still at this previous commit. But where we are right now, we made the text say danielmalone.com. And so it shows you our head is at master. That's because we're on branch. That's because we're on master. So, so hopefully you learned something. And if you have, like I've said before, if you have questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll try to get to them. Thanks.